What if the deadliest killers on Earth weren't monsters, but everyday substances hiding in your food, your house, or even your beauty routine? Tonight, we dive into 15 terrifying poisons, each more shocking than the last. Buckle up, because survival isn't guaranteed.
Number 1, nerve gas nightmare. Picture this. You're walking through your neighborhood, birds chirping, kids playing, and then bam, a whiff of something invisible, and your nervous system short circuits like a fried iPhone charger. Welcome to the world of nerve agents. Nerve gases like sarin, VX, and their evil cousins are designed to do one thing: hijack the switchboard of your body. Normally, your nerves send messages using a chemical called acetylcholine. Think of it like text messages bouncing between your brain and your muscles. Problem is, nerve gas stops the delete button. Your body just keeps sending the same message over and over. Contract, contract, contract.
The result? Your pupils shrink to pinpoints, your muscles spasm like you're auditioning for a horror movie, and your lungs forget how to breathe because they're stuck in permanent flex mode. Death can happen in minutes. Real case. In 1995, the Tokyo subway sarin attack killed 13 people and injured over 5,000 commuters. Victims collapsed in stations, blinded and suffocating, proving just how terrifying and invisible nerve agents can be. And here's the kicker. This stuff is invisible, odorless, and tasteless. You don't even know you've been exposed until your body suddenly decides to turn into a glitching video game character. Basically, nerve gas is the unsubtle reminder that humans invented substances scarier than any haunted house. Number 2, cyanide kiss. Cyanide sounds like something from a spy novel, but it's way less glamorous when you realize it's basically just chemistry's fast-forward button to disaster. One breath, one sip, one unlucky bite of a cyanide-laced snack, and your cells instantly forget how to use oxygen. Here's how it works. Your cells normally use oxygen to make energy. Cyanide barges in and blocks that process like a bouncer who doesn't think you're on the list. Without oxygen, your cells suffocate, even if your lungs are working perfectly. It's like your body is breathing but still dying, which is equal parts ironic and horrifying. Symptoms come at lightning speed: dizziness, confusion, seizures, then unconsciousness. In high enough doses, you can lose consciousness in seconds. Imagine your brain just pulling the emergency brake mid-thought. Real case. In 1982, the Chicago Tylenol murder shocked the U.S. when 7 people died after taking cyanide-laced painkillers. The case sparked nationwide panic and led to tamper-proof packaging laws. And the fun fact nobody asked for? Cyanide occurs naturally in some foods, like the pits of cherries, apricots, and apples. Don't panic, you need a ridiculous amount to actually kill yourself by snacking on seeds. But it's proof that even Mother Nature enjoys a little dark humor. So yeah, cyanide. Less spy thriller poison and more instant system shutdown. Basically, it's like pulling the plug on a computer while it's still running, except the computer is your brain. Number 3, scopolamine, the zombie drug. Imagine waking up and realizing you spent the last 12 hours giving away your ATM pin, your laptop, and maybe even your Netflix password willingly. That's the nightmare of scopolamine, also known as devil's breath. This substance, found in a creepy little plant from South America, doesn't kill you instantly. No, it's way worse. It wipes out your free will. One whiff or dose, and suddenly you're the most obedient person alive. Not mind-controlled robot exactly, but close enough. You stay conscious, you can talk, you can move, but your decision-making skills, deleted. Criminals in Colombia have allegedly used it to rob tourists because under scopolamine, you'll happily hand over your wallet with the enthusiasm of a kid at Christmas.
The science? It blocks acetylcholine in the brain, the same chemical that nerve agents target. But instead of seizing up, your brain just becomes a very polite doormat. Real case. Reports in Bogota describe victims drugged with scopolamine, then calmly escorting thieves to their homes and emptying bank accounts. Later, they remembered nothing, as if someone had stolen not just their money, but their willpower. The terrifying part is you often don't even remember what happened. It's like a blackout, except orchestrated by chemistry. So yeah, scopolamine doesn't just take your money, it robs you of your autonomy. Basically, it's a real-life delete button for no.
Number 4, carbon monoxide trap. You know that cozy winter feeling of curling up by the fireplace? Yeah, sometimes it comes with a free side of carbon monoxide poisoning. This gas is sneaky. No color, no smell, no taste. It's basically the ninja of death gases. Here's how it works. Your red blood cells are supposed to carry oxygen around like Uber drivers for your body. Carbon monoxide, however, shows up like a rude VIP who tips better, and your blood cells immediately ditch oxygen for it. The result? Your organs starve for air even though you're technically breathing just fine.
At first, you might just feel dizzy or nauseous, like you had one too many glasses of cheap wine. But keep inhaling, and your brain gets foggy, your coordination nosedives, and then lights out. The terrifying part? People often fall asleep and never wake up, which is why it's called the silent killer. Real case. In 2017, a family of 4 in Iowa died overnight from a faulty gas heater leaking carbon monoxide in their vacation condo. They never woke up. A textbook example of CO silent lethality. The irony? Carbon monoxide comes from totally ordinary stuff. Car exhaust, gas heaters, wood stoves. Basically, your own house can double as a booby trap if you don't have proper ventilation. So yes, installing a carbon monoxide detector is less paranoid prepper and more, I enjoy not being murdered by my furnace. Number 5, dimethylmercury disaster. This one sounds like science fiction, but it's real, and it's pure nightmare fuel. Dimethylmercury is so toxic that even a single drop on your glove can kill you. Not immediately. Oh no, this poison has patience. It seeps through rubber, sneaks into your skin, and slowly builds up in your nervous system until one day your brain just checks out. Back in the 90s, a respected chemistry professor accidentally spilled a few drops on her latex glove. Months later, she developed severe neurological symptoms, slurred speech, memory loss, vision problems. Eventually, her brain function deteriorated so badly she couldn't recover. That's how potent this stuff is. Invisible, delayed, and unstoppable. Real case. That professor was Dr. Karen Wetterhahn of Dartmouth College, who tragically died in 1997 from dimethylmercury exposure. Her case remains one of the most chilling warnings in chemical safety history. The science? Mercury on its own is already bad news, but in this form, it crosses into the brain easily and wrecks neurons like a demolition crew. And the worst part? By the time symptoms appear, it's already too late. Treatments don't work. So yeah, dimethylmercury isn't just toxic. It's like a horror movie villain. You don't even know you're doomed until the third act. Basically, it's death wearing an invisibility cloak. Number 6, ricin reality check. If you've ever watched Breaking Bad, you've heard of ricin. But unlike a lot of TV poisons, this one is horrifyingly real. Ricin comes from castor beans. Yes, the same beans used to make castor oil. One bean, improperly processed, can contain enough ricin to shut down your cells completely. Ricin works by blocking ribosomes, the tiny factories that make proteins.
And since proteins are basically the Lego bricks of life, your body grinds to a halt without them. Organs fail, systems collapse, and you can die in as little as 36 to 72 hours.
Real case. In 1978, Bulgarian dissident Georgy Markov was assassinated in London with a ricin-filled pellet injected via an umbrella tip. He collapsed within days, a Cold War spy story turned gruesomely real. There's no antidote. Once ricin's in your system, doctors can only play damage control. Fluids, breathing support, the medical equivalent of crossing their fingers. And here's the fun part. It can be delivered by powder, pellet, or liquid. So whether it's inhaled, swallowed, or injected, you're toast. What's creepy is that ricin is easy to extract, which is why it's on so many government "we don't talk about this" watch lists. Basically, it's a DIY poison kit that proves Mother Nature sometimes moonlights as a crime lord.
Number 7. Botulinum toxin terror. Imagine the deadliest substance on Earth, and now imagine people casually injecting it into their faces for smoother selfies. Yup, that's botulinum toxin, better known as Botox when it's dressed up for the spa. Here's the science horror. Botulinum toxin is produced by Clostridium botulinum, a bacteria that loves oxygen-free environments. Think rotting food or canned goods gone wrong. A single teaspoon of pure toxin could kill millions. How? By blocking the signals between your nerves and muscles. Once that connection's cut, your muscles just stop working, including, inconveniently, the ones you need to breathe.
Symptoms show up fast. Blurred vision, slurred speech, difficulty swallowing, then paralysis creeping down your body like a software update from hell. Without medical intervention, it's game over. And there's no instant cure, just supportive care while your body painstakingly recovers over weeks or months. Real case. In 2015, improperly canned sardines in Spain caused a botulism outbreak that hospitalized several people. Victims suffered paralysis and required intensive respiratory support to survive. The twisted irony? In minuscule, controlled doses, Botox smooths wrinkles and treats migraines. So the same stuff that can drop you dead from a spoonful is also what keeps half of Hollywood looking Forever 29. Basically, it's poison wearing a lab coat and calling itself a beauty hack.